Hello there, you're now with me, Hendy Gui, and welcome to your 5 p.m. English news on TVS. Now let's dive into the headlines for today. Parti Pusaka Bumiputra Bersatu must entice youth that makes up a large percentage of voters to join the party. PBB Deputy President Dr. Amar Douglas Uga Mbas said since 66% of registered voters comprise those in the 18 to 28 years old age group, the party must seize the opportunity to attract these young voters.
And I'm very pleased to note that Yang Berhormat Tan Sri Speaker kita akan membuat satu cadangan bahawa kita tubuh satu badan pergerakan belia PBB. Betul lah? And that is a directive yang Amat Berhormat Premier kita, yang ketua kita, to make sure that we bawa dia orang sama-sama. You are part of us. So you have a role to play. The future is yours. So kita berharap then to the existing pemuda dan wanita, explain to them our perjuangan.
Noting that the majority of Generation Z possess technology and digital literacy, thereby the party must generate programs that met the age group needs and interests. Uga, who is also Deputy Premier of Sarawak cum Minister for Infrastructure and Port Development, said the PBB Women and Youth Wings play a vital role in the party's preparation for GE15.
Now, P-hailing services providers have gained popularity in the recent years, with the digital economy continuing to shape the sector. Many younger generations are opting for such profession as their source of income. As such, Parti Persaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB Youth has suggested that the Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS provide financial assistance for youth to obtain a motorcycle or driving license. Outgoing Youth Chief Dr. Gerard Rantup Jabu said this is to ensure strong economic growth for both the service provider and younger generations.
Saya ingin mencadangkan on this platform, I humbly ask untuk memberi a head start kepada generasi muda kita supaya kerajaan GPS memberi bantuan untuk anak-anak kita yang menyambut hari jadi mereka yang ke-17 supaya boleh diberi bantuan untuk mereka mengambil lesen memandu motosikal ataupun kereta. This will help them. Ini boleh menolong menyediakan mereka untuk berkecimpung dalam industri pengantaran makanan, barangan seperti GrabFood, Foodpanda, JNT dan sebagainya. And from the data we have, there's around about 40,000 youth who turn 17 setiap tahun. So kalau kita kasih sikit lah Dato' Amar, RM300 kebantuan, bukan bantuan terus, kita bantuan melalui mereka institut memandu. Kalau RM300, 40,000 orang, hanya 12 juta aja. Macam sidak kat Fatimah pun minta sidak kenyalang go-kart.
Rantup, who is also the Deputy Minister of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, was speaking at the opening of the Youth and Women Convention at the PBB 15 Triennial General Meeting, TGM, at Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, on Friday. He also advised the youth to utilize technologies to their advantage to reduce the need of acquiring resources from abroad. The Layar Assemblyman said the economic uncertainty will continue to put pressure on everyone's livelihoods, thus it was vital to be vigilant to thrive and triumph through the choppy waters.
Belgium hopes for a win-win cooperation with Sarawak. Belgian Ambassador His Excellency Pascal Hubert Gregoire assured his government's commitment to economic relations, which stands to benefit both countries in the long run.
Adding further, he said the cooperation also aims to promote a holistic vision of a sustainable development.
What I have to say, and I think it's important, if when Belgian companies are coming and will come here, this is to stay, they commit for a long time. It's not to come here 2 years, it's not to come here 5 years, neither 4 years, neither 10 years. They are here to come for the next 20, 50 years, to try to build a win-win partnership.
He told reporters during a visit to a Chinese temple in Muara Tebas, Kuching. He added that among his purpose to Sarawak is not only to visit interesting places, but also to review Sarawak's potential as a collaboratory partner of Belgium. Meanwhile, he is also hopeful to gain in-depth knowledge of Sarawak's uniqueness and various cultures.
The only point is that my 6th time coming since last December, but I've never been further than Kuching and the area. So I have definitely to come a 7th time, 8th time, 9th time, 10 times in the coming weeks to go outside Kuching, to go to Miri, to Cebu, to Bintulu. To learn more about Sarawak, also to learn more about tradition, history, culture, how the different, I would say, ethnic groups are going together and so on.
Also present were Sarawak Federation of Chinese Association SFCA President Datuk Richard Wee and his wife, Datin Donna Drury Wee, Sarawak Culinary Heritage Chairman and Arts SCA, SCFA Deputy President Tay Yu Siang, and Muara Tebas Buddhist Temple Chief Teo Tek Yao.
Thank you for staying with me. Now, water tankers from Bintulu and Cebu divisions will be deployed to Miri to help 65,000 households affected by water supply disruption following a broken pipe at Mile 7, Jalan Miri, Bintulu. Minister of Transport Kamsunadin Assemblyman Datuk Sri Lee Kim Shin said several collection centres are being set up for affected residents to obtain water supply. Meanwhile, repair works are estimated to take around 36 hours and are scheduled to be completed this evening.
I have requested resident Miri to immediately coordinate with LACU and arrange with the various agencies in Miri that have water tankers that can provide water tankers to come together to LACU and work out a schedule of delivery of water to collection centres where people can go there and collect water, and also set up collection centres all around here in Miri. Now, the feedback I get, of course, what was done yesterday was not enough. There's still a lot of areas that need water. So today, together with a resident here and LACU and the mayor, now we are seeking help from also from the private sector. I have called up the private sector here in Miri, those with water tankers, or those can improvise water tank to help LACU here today we set up more collection centers. Yeah? And I have also requested for help also from Bintulu and Cebu. Bintulu, Jebab will send 2 of the water tankers here, and also Cebu, Jebab will send 2 of the water tankers here. So we have 4 additional ones. Apart from the local one, we are getting the local contractors, whoever have water tankers, or they can set up improvised one, just a water tank on the truck, fill the water, and then connect it with hose and can also deliver water. So that's what being done at the moment. So for those with water tankers, then to collect their own water, there are 4 places that set up by LACU. One is at the treatment plant at Lambe. The other one is at the Miri Centro. Miri Centro, just in front of the hospital there. The Miri Centro. It is called near the SL supermarket. Miri Centro, just opposite, the commercial center opposite the Miri Hospital. So they can go there and collect. LACU staff will be there to manage it, so they can fill up the tank. Okay. Now the other one is at the Milia Resident, Eastwood Industrial Estate, near this Dapo Nasi Kukus there. Eastwood Industries there. And another one is at the Airport Commercial Center, opposite Miri Airport, in front of Lot 1M Cafe. I think it's in the notice, as shown yesterday. That is area they can go and fill up for our water tankers to fill up the water and deliver to waste areas and to be part of collection centers. After this, LACU will list out more collection centers for today. So that is the situation at the moment.
Now, despite expectations of strong growth in trade performance in 2022, Malaysia will be affected by the aggressive U.S. interest rate hikes. On June 15, the U.S. Federal Reserve raises its base interest rate by 75 basis points, its highest in 28 years, as it intensified its effort to tame high inflation and fueling fears of a recession. However, Malaysia's inflation is expected to remain within the 2.3% to 3.3% forecast this year. For more insight on the global inflation outlook, let's hear it from Juwai IQI Chief Economist Shan Said.
The way the market is moving, I think the inflation will remain very hot, it will remain stubborn, and it will remain serious. And already we have seen inflation is over 8.5% in US, it's 8% in Europe, and it's over 7% in UK. So inflation will remain the hot topic, not only in advanced economies, but also in many emerging economies. So in November 2020, we mentioned in our newsletter that advanced economies are heading for stagflation. What is stagflation? When you have higher inflation and lower growth. And we are heading back to the same era of 1970 when we had stagflation. So history is repeating after 52 years. And we at Juwai IQI expect inflation to remain serious and stubborn for the next 2 to 3 years. And global economy will not recover before 2025. So next 2 to 3 years, it will remain quite serious. And inflation will remain a nightmare for many economies, especially for those who don't have the monetary policy maneuvering, especially countries that have been behind the curve in order to tackle price inflation. But countries where you have a lot of room to maneuver in terms of monetary policy, those countries should be able to manage inflation in the next 2 to 3 years.
And that is all for TVS News at 5. Stay up to date with the top stories via our website at TVSTVMY and follow our social media platforms for the latest news and entertainment. Once again, I'm Hanigui. It's been a pleasure.